Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're jumping back on the MK8 Golf R project after a few weeks break with customer builds. We've got a break in the workflow, so we're going to jump straight onto it and do some power upgrades. But before we jump into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also notification bell, then you won't miss any of our new videos go live. So power upgrades for this car, obviously you might already know that this ECU is completely locked. So there's no way of reading the information off of the ECU or putting new information in. And that's what you do when you change the ECU software to optimize like fuel ignition boost or the other maps inside the ECU to increase the output. So there is another way of tuning these cars, and it's to install something like a tuning box. So we've got one of these to test out on this car. Apparently get some good gains, so also we're going to test that on the dyno. We're going to explain to you fully how these work, the differences between like a tuning box and an ECU remap. So the first thing is we'll get the car on the dyno, see what the power output is at the moment before we install the tuning box, get the car in the workshop, have a look at what's inside the box, talk you through it, get it installed, back on the dyno, see what the output change is, and then also we're going to do a driving segment as well, so I'll let you know what this feels like on the road. So see you in a little bit. Okay, so we've got the RaceChip GTS Black here on the bench. We're just going to talk you through it, how the system kind of works. So the GTS Black has like a Bluetooth app and stuff like that, so we can adjust the maps on the fly on our phone and even put it back to standard if we want to. And the way this particular system works, you've got a control module here that the plug goes into, and then you have a small loom here, and this particular loom interacts with the camshaft position sensor, the manifold absolute pressure sensor, and then the boost pressure before the throttle body as well. So you've got pre and post throttle body pressure, and then also the camshaft signal, which gives the RPM. So what this loom is going to do is going to intercept the signal coming from those sensors as it's going to the ECU. And then you're going to have this little box here, which is going to manipulate those signals, send them to the ECU, and then the ECU is going to change what it demands or requests. So basically the goal is for the engine or the ECU to see less boost than what there actually is, and then it will request more boost. And then the way this particular ECU works is that it's going to adjust the fueling with regards to the boost as well. So it's a bit different to how like a MAF sensor car works, because this one only has map sensors, so the ECU is completely different. But for now, we're going to get this fitted and then get it onto the dyno and see what power it makes. Alright, so the install's been done. We've had the car on the dyno. We've recorded the before and after figures, so let's talk about them now. So we've got them just down here in front of us. Before we jump into this one, let's talk about the graph that looks a lot more simple than the other one. So I mean, obviously we took a baseline first. The baseline is in the blue and then afterwards in the red, so you can see there's quite a big difference before and after. With this top line here, which then goes down being the torque, and then this line here which rises and flat lines being the horsepower. So this car benchmarks at 327.5 horsepower. You'll notice these graphs look a little bit different to our usual graphs. That's because we've got new dyno software, which we'll talk about later, which also then does mean that the output measure is a little bit different. But as always, obviously, you want to measure with the same tool over and over again. So obviously, we've measured it before, measured it after, same conditions, get a comparison. So yeah, 327 horsepower, 436 Newton meters. And then with the RaceChip GTS Black, it's now got 363 horsepower and 483 Newton meters of torque. So there's a big difference before and after. As you see on the graph, massive difference all the way across the rev range. Gained about 36, 37 horsepower and about 46 Newton meters of torque, and about 45, 50 horsepower at the maximum gains within the rev range, and then about 50 Newton meters as well. So a massive difference. And then just down here on the right, this graph here, obviously the GTS Black tuning box has got a few different modes. So each different color is a different set of results. So the pink one here, you can see the RaceChip in its most aggressive map, which is like number 7. And then the green goes down to 5, with the red being the 3. And then the blue being stock. So you can see there's a massive difference in each and every mode that you run. Obviously, I haven't driven the car as of yet. I don't know what it feels like on the road. Don't know how this translates to the road. But obviously, it works on the dyno. It makes a big difference. So yeah, we'll see in the next video exactly how it drives. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to watch other videos of ours that YouTube thinks you'll like, then click up here. If you'd like to watch some other videos that we have in the same playlist, then click here. And obviously, if you enjoyed the video, then we'd really appreciate if you gave us a subscription. And then obviously you'll be updated when other videos of ours go live, and you can do that quite easily by clicking here. Hope to see you soon.